Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Today we are gonna talk about two different families, and as you can see, we are in downtown. Both families are living in downtown. First, we are gonna talk about the Swain family, which is living here, and next up, we are gonna talk about the Beare family, whose household name is Samson, but their last names are Bear. So yeah, I think we should just go into the family. And the next house I feel like would be the Swain house. Would be a natural gateway to from where we were before, because here we have Eric Swain, who is the other sim in the bin from the university. He was best friends with Jimmy for a long, long time. I'm not sure. Yeah, they are still best friends, as you see here. Um, I know I didn't talk a lot about them before. They are kind of like Brittany and Heather. Even though they don't see each other often, they always will be there for each other. Um, so yeah, who is living here now is Eric Swain, who is married with Shanna Swain, who was a dormie from his college round, and they just fell in love and clicked. So I guess that was why they could move together. um, and they got two twin boys in the beginning. Jed Swain, as you have met before, and Omar Swain, that we have talked a little bit about. And actually, a long time after, um, they got a daughter. She came quite late into the family. I think that was just it was a kind of a miracle that they could even get pregnant at that point. But this is Jasmine Swain, and as you can see, not as you can see, but she is one day of getting to grow up to an adult. So on this day, she's actually going to college. She's at school right now, so I hope I can make it so I can show you how she looks, or else I'm just gonna talk about her while showing you here. Um, but let's start with Eric. So here we have Eric. He is sloppy. He is shy. He's really active. He's in the middle of serious and playful, and he's quite grouchy. He has his no, his college bio. Eric is here to follow his dreams of being a successful artist. Maybe he will meet the love of his life along the way. Well, meeting the love of his life, is for sure true, because she's standing by right here, and that's from college. Like again, like Brittany and Heather, him and Swain were really no, him and Jimmy, I'm sorry, were really different in their life choices. Jimmy lived in apartments and jumped around and had more focus on friends for a long time, where Eric really quickly after college moved in together with his love of his life, and now they're quite happy together, and they have been together ever since. As you can see, Eric is a family sim, and he is together with Shanna, and I think that's the only one he has had anything to do with, love wise. Yeah, it is. He is one of the few really completely faithful. I hope so. The memories may show otherwise. I feel like he should have been quite faithful all the way through. But we will see when we look into the memories. Um. So yeah, yeah. It looks like. Oh no. Oh, with Jimmy. Huh? Oh, see, I didn't knew that. Okay, that's interesting. As you can see, he went to college, and it went pretty well. He quite early met Shanna, and as you see, they fell in love immediately, and he even proposed while still in college. Um, I guess in college he was a little bit experimental and had a little flirt with Jimmy. I didn't know that. That's interesting. I guess they always have had a little secret of their own with a little bit of flirting. I guess it never went more than flirting because there's no kissing or woohooing. But I guess that's enough. That's really nice. That adds a little bit of flavor. I didn't even know that. Ah, nice. Well, nice. uh, yeah. Well, he went through college and everything was good. As you can see, he was best friends with Shanna, and Jimmy. Those were the most important people in his life, apparently. He also went to be best friends with his professor, apparently. Interesting. He had a graduation party and moved out. And he shortly after got a job in law enforcement. He always been in law enforcement. He got a promotion a couple of times, and they went on dates. Even though they were engaged, they were like, oh, we're gonna enjoy each other and be together and do all this stuff like public woohooing. Um, I think at this point they lived in a small apartment, or at least he did. And then he moved out to this house here, um, and that was where Shannon moved with him in. And not long after they got married. After the marriage, they got their two kids, um, and everything was good for a long time until it says he got fired, but I think he got demoted because shortly after he got promoted again without getting the job again. So I think he got demoted. Um, and from there he's just did his job. He is one of those Sims that stayed home a lot. He was working and working on his work, being better at working and working. They had a little party, of course, and stuff like that, but nothing big. Until they got their third child. Um, I guess, yeah. At that point, she was born. His boys were teenagers. Um, so they had the time to help her a little bit. So there was a lot of attention on Yasmin. As you can see, he's just flying up with all the promotion. He really had good focus on getting that job, um, instead of meeting a lot of. Well, he have met people, but actually getting friends with them is not. It wasn't something he was too concerned about. Um, After his boys went to college, they both graduated with not at the top, but they both graduated. It looks like the Jet also made the dean's list at one point. But nothing much actually happened. I feel like they just lived a silent and slow life together, working and having their family. Not worrying too much about anything, really. Um, they don't really know about that. They don't really know about Gina. I'm pretty sure they have never met her. Nope. Not even Omar's other child they have met. As you can see, they have two grandchildren, and none of them. I don't think they know about them at all. Um, but why is Gina born before Hakim when Hakim is older? I guess that's how I have played my rounds. Hmm. So she has been born like I played their round before, or this household before this household, but she got born into the later into the week or something like that. Not that it matters too much. He retired, and he retired at SWAT team leader. I'm quite impressed with that, but you will see his wife has been even more impressive. So you can see nothing much have happened other than that. They had a family reunion, and that was nice, but they just been a normal family. And here we have Shanna. Shanna, as you know, is a dormy. She is quite sloppy. She's quite shy. She's very active and very playful, and she's a little bit more on the grouchy side. I haven't written anything about her because she has just been Eric's wife, pretty much. But other than that, she's just been working a lot. As you can see, she ended being captain hero level 10. So she had a couple of days. It was just before she retired that she got the promotion, I'm pretty sure. So she just had a couple of days where she was flying to work. It was quite fun to see. I haven't tried that before. Um, yeah. Yeah, as you can see, it was just a couple of days before the retirement. I feel like she has been quite faithful all the way through. Yep. She has only had a thing for Eric. She had her babies after they got married, and then she just had a couple of promotions. It went in the beginning. It was a little bit slower for her because she needed to be by the children. But you can see she had a lot of time to max out all her skills. um, and they got Jasmine, and everything was good. She just worked children, work children, work children, studying, studying, studying. She has been a really, really, really good knowledge sim. She constantly wanted skills and yeah, getting those skill points. Um, and she haven't met her grandchildren either. Um, and as you can see, nothing more interesting. The only really interesting thing is that she got to be a captain hero, and shortly after retired from that. She did so good in her life, and well, she has always been quite pretty too. I feel like she's also one of the really pretty elder ones. Um, yeah, but there's nothing much else to tell about her. So I will go and tell you about Yasmin. So, last but not least, we have Jasmine. As you can see, she is quite a proper girl in her way of looking. She's in the between of sloppy and neat. She is a little bit more outgoing. She's really, really active. And she's in between serious and playful, and she's super nice. Jasmine loves to have big brothers, but honestly, she really like when they are not at home. So all the focus can be on her. She really hopes her parent can see how good she is, and she really is the best child they have. I feel like Jasmine is someone that really wants to do good. So ignore this. um, she really wants to get straight A's, and she really wants to like be successful, and she's really ambitious. And I think she's maybe a little bit self-centered too. She really likes to have the attention on her, and feel it's really flattering. And I think that's come from her brothers being that much older than her. So they gave her so much attention when she was a child. And like she was almost an only child without being an only child, if that makes sense. She is a teen, going, oh, feisty, soon going to college. I think maybe she now so close to college is feeling a little bit more feisty and want to try different things, I guess. But as you can see, she is friends with the whole family. She also got really good friends with Shiloh. Um, and she quite quickly got a plus report. That was um, that was something she really worked hard on. Apparently, right before she got to be a teenager. Um, Really fast, she fell in love with Theo, um, who just finished his college round. That is why he is looking like an adult, because he, well, is. Um, and they had their kisses, and I think, yeah, they even went steady. Oh, already here she had her first kiss with Nico, who also just went through his college rounds. It's quite interesting because I feel like, if I remember correctly, Theo and Nico don't like each other, so maybe they knew that both of them were into Yasmin. But yeah, Theo went steady with Yasmin, and that's so funny. They even went to prom together and were queen and king. But as I told you, Theo just went to college, so I guess. But if he went to college at the same time as Theo, then this must have happened before Theo actually went to college, but Theo just never saw it. So I guess this has been just before they went to college. That's really interesting. That's funny. Okay, it seems like she she, now that she's so close to wanting to go to college, um she felt like she could experiment a little bit. I guess she maybe have this feeling that she's not gonna stay with Theo. We can't even see if they have chemistry. Um, but she doesn't have anyone else. So I guess after her college round, we will see who of them she's going for, because I feel like she would do that. Maybe even in college, she would call them over and have something to do with one of them at least. I am interested to see if this going steady is going to happen again. If she's going steady with Theo again, or if she's going for Nico. Um, it's gonna be interesting. Uh, I actually thought there wasn't much else to tell about her, but it looks like she is going to be a little bit more rebellious, if you can say so, or outgoing um, than I thought she would. Because she has been kind of been like this perfect child, always doing things good. Maybe that's also the reason her grades are going down so much. I didn't know it was so much. That's insane. Okay, interesting. I'm looking forward to see where she is going. Um, yeah, but here you can see the house. Oh, this is how it's looking. Um, oh, this someone have had a bad stomach. Jed lived here like last round. He just moved out. That's why this room is looking like this. This is Jasmine's room, so she has this really girly room. So yeah, this is the Swain family. I'm looking forward to seeing where Jasmine is going in her college round. And here we have the Bear family home. And right now it's only Kevin Bear and Tiffany Bear that is living here. They are both from university, some of the premates in university. Um, they have two kids. One of them you already know about, Valdi Pleasant, and then they have their oldest son, Uber Bear, um, and they of course have their grandchildren. I'm pretty sure they know them. No, they don't. Oh, I guess they need a family reunion party soon, because these two should for sure know their grandkids. For sure. 100%. This is kind of one of the reasons I really want to do this, to recollect the different family stories for myself. So I remember what is happening, but also so I can see if I just kind of went dead in playing some of the families. And this happens a lot with the elders, where I just speed through the days. But I guess this makes for a good a good reminder for maybe having a little bit of more of parties and going out and stuff like that with their families, so they can keep knowing who they have as grandchildren and stuff like that. But yeah, let's talk about Kevin. Here we have Kevin. Um, as you can see, I maybe should find some other clothes for him. um, he is on the more chubby side, and I guess he really wants to go fit. Maybe this is the reason he wants to go fit, so the clothing fits him better. Maybe I'm just gonna change it because I'm okay with him. He has always been on the more chubby side. But yeah, let's see. He is sloppy. He is in the middle of shy and outgoing. He's a little bit more active. So maybe I should make him actually work out because he's. Yeah, that would make sense actually. He's in the middle of serious and playful, and he's a little bit more nice. This is just his college bio. Kevin is the charming, nice guy that just can't seem to get the girl. He's often been called the teddy bear of his frat house. I feel like that fits him quite well today, also, even though he actually got his girl. um, but he's just a warm family dad that likes his family, and as you can see, he has been really creative with his blueprints and stuff like that. That is one of the reasons they have a lot of money, is because he has sold a lot of them, but also because one of them got a big um, bonus. So but I feel like that I didn't want to move them out of here because now they are at the stage in life and the house size is actually fitting them quite well. But I think I'm gonna renovate it a little bit so it fits them better and not just this very empty, poor looking house. But then again, I don't feel like these two are Sims that use a lot of money and think so much about material things. But let's look into all of this, into his memories. Maybe he is one of the actual faithful Sims at this point. As you can see in college, he quite fast got into Tiffany, and they had a long flirt and they ended up falling in love. Even before they went out of college, Bear wanted to get engaged, so he asked Tiffany, not Bear, I'm sorry, Kevin. And she said yes. Oh, oh. See, this is in the beginning of the relationship. It's so many years, like some years ago, so I don't remember it. They moved in together and they got married. Joined? No, joined it. Yeah, they got married. Oh no, I think actually they moved to an apartment too, and then got married. And because they got Uber, they were like, no, we need we need a bigger house, and they took out a loan too, to move into the house they're living in now, where Kevin got a promotion, no, a job, of course. And then he caught Tiffany cheating. I don't remember with who, so I'm quite interested to see who she cheated with him on. On with him with. You know what I mean? Who she was together, but we will see that when we look into her memories. He taught Uber to walk and nothing else. That's fine. And shortly after they got Valley, I guess this was something they went over quite quickly. I feel like it was in the beginning of their relationship, and they just had Uber, and she were maybe already pregnant at that point. So I feel like he was like, "No, okay, let's just forget about it. Just don't ever do it again," a kind of thing. Um, and he at least don't haven't caught her doing it again, and I don't think she haven't either, but I'm not sure. They also had a dog at some point, but he died a couple of rounds ago. Um, and he is just working. Yeah, you can see here, working and working and getting a little bit of promotions. He got quite high in architecture, Um, and I feel like these two has just been a comfy family. They got married and then they had their kids, and their kids are both like really open minded and really they're nice to almost everyone. Um, and I feel like they got that from their parents. As you can see, Uber did really well in college, and the same did Valdi. So they have two really clever kids too. Um, yeah, he was the one getting a big bonus, as you can see here. They had a little bit of family reunion. I guess that was before the grandchildren popped out, because they haven't really met the grandchildren. I need to have another family reunion so they can meet their grandchildren and have like some time together. He retired. I have it. It's quite new for me, but I chose like a round or two ago that all elders should retire, just to make it so they just don't keep getting money and money and money. Because I felt like too many started to have like a lot of money, and in my view, the Bear family doesn't like they aren't a big family name with a lot of money like the Goth or Landgrabs or stuff like that, but they have a lot of money. And I don't know, like of course that can be a thing too, but I feel like there was too many families getting too much money, so I made the rule that all elders should retire, which for me at least made sense. But yeah, as you can see, he loves his wife, and they have a lot of bolts together too, and that's the only one that has ever been anything for him. Um, so yeah, let's go to Tiffany. And here we have Tiffany. She is really sloppy. No, not really. She's a little bit sloppy, and she's in the middle of shy and outgoing. She's a little bit more lazy, a little bit more playful and nice. Her bio also just have the college part in it. Tiffany is smart. Smart is the smart bookworm type. She doesn't like to make waves and enjoy keeping things calm in the sorority. Um, I don't feel like she kept. Oh, she's actually still quite good friends with Heather. But the other two, she didn't really keep that good relationship with. Um, as you can see, she is not as you can see, but yeah. Tiffany is of course the wife of Kevin. She loves gardening. These two, at least in the elder years, really went into their hobbies. As you can see, they after the kids moved out, they had so much time that the hobbies was the thing. I feel like I have always felt like gardening is kind of a hard hobby to do with. Maybe I should find some mods with it. I know there's some, but I don't know. She really got into it at some point, and I feel like I have found a good rhythm with her now that she's not working. At some point, she was really happy with the cuisine hobby too, but it didn't stay. But yeah, let's look into her things here. Okay, as we know, she went to college and was in the sorority house. Ooh, okay, 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 okay. Where she had something with Castor. Okay, interesting. I guess almost everyone, had something with Castor. Brittany didn't though. And I don't think. Well, Jane liked Castor but didn't have anything with him. Brittany had nothing with him. Tiffany, apparently, I think it was Castor pursuing her, and that was what happened there. Because shortly after, she had something with Kevin, and that was what sticked around, if you can say it like that. They got engaged, as we know, and everything was good here. She moved into the cheap apartments. She got a job, and then she apparently had a kiss with Darren. And at this point, I think Darren wasn't with Brandy. No, at this point, Darren was still single. So it was Tiffany that maybe she wasn't sure that Kevin was the one. Or she just swooned a little bit about Darren. I was like, "Yep, I like this man. He's really nice and pretty, and I like him." But as you can see, it only went to be a date. I have been in on this. That's interesting. I don't even remember. That's funny. Okay, um, but nothing more happened. As you can see, they didn't even woohoo on their date. Shortly after, she got married. Um, I wonder. I guess. Oh. So I actually thought that it would have been Darren she had cheated on, she got caught with, but it was apparently Castor. I guess it has been with like at a party or a going out thing where they had a flirt or a kiss or something like that, and Kevin of course caught them doing that, which made them, yeah, really, that wasn't good. But as you can see, it went pretty quickly and no big drama. They never fought. I remember they never fought. And that was why I kind of made them stay together, because it seemed like Tiffany regretted it. Um, I actually think she wanted to apologize. I rarely get that one, but I think she wanted to apologize, if I remember correctly. That could be completely something I made up or remembering wrong, though. Um, but that happened after they got Uber, um, and shortly after they got Valdi. So I think that made it so that they chose to, no, it's just gonna be us two. It's fine. And after that, they kind of just had their children and raised them well. They had a burglar, but everything was going quite well for a long, long time. Sadly, their pet died, but that's something that happens. I remember they had him for a long time though, but apparently not. Oh, and you can see here she got to be the hospital's chief of staff, so she got to the top of their career. She also have almost all the skills maxed out. So she's again one of those really strong, going knowledge sims. I feel like it makes sense that she got a good big bonus from the hospital. And that is why they have so much money. But he got one too. I guess one of them have been in 10 and one of them have been in 10,000 and 30,000. Oh, 20,000. They got grandkids, and one of the last things she really remembers is, of course, retire. And now she's just going with her nature hobby and gardening a lot, and she's writing stories. She likes writing stories. Um, like Kevin still do all his blueprints thing, even though he isn't in architecture anymore. But yeah, that's Kevin and Tiffany. I think I need to hold that family party so they can actually meet their grandkids. And that was all for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.